Welcome to Chapter 2, Lesson 1, where we are going to learn how to create text and how to use our character and paragraph panel. So the first thing we need to do is go to File, Open. Make sure you go to your Handout drive. Go to Business Handouts, Schonifer, Computer Graphics, Illustrator, Chapter 2, and we are going to open AI 2-1. And it's just going to be a blank document, and we're going to add some text and then save it to complete our project for the rest of the chapter. So the first thing that I want you guys to do is do a File, Save As. And then you are going to save this on your H drive as last name, comma, first name, comma, space, first name, dash, Berry Symposium, which is SYMPOSIUM. So we're going to save it last name, comma, first name, Berry Symposium, and make sure that you save that on your H drive. So once our image is saved, we're going to talk about how we add text. Also, whenever this Illustrator options box pops up when you save, go ahead and just click OK. So first thing we want to do is we're going to go to our view and make sure that we remove our bounding box from view. So we're going to go to view and then make sure that this says show bounding box. If it says hide bounding box, go ahead and click on it so that we can be sure that the bounding boxes are hidden. So now what we're going to do is go to our type tool. So we can either come over here, click on our type tool, or we can select T on our keyboard, which will bring up our type tool. We're going to click anywhere on our screen, and we're going to type in Berry in all caps. Then what we're going to do is make sure that our character panel is open. And mine is already open, but you'll need to go to Window, Type, and then select Character. And then when you guys first open your Character tab, what it's going to look like is this. So I need you to select on that box with the lines in it, and then hit Show Options. So now what we're going to do is adjust the characteristics of our character. So the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we have this text active. Let's go ahead and just select our type tool and highlight it so that when we come over here and we change the options, it will affect that type. So the first thing we have is going to be our font family. Then we're going to have our font style, our font size, our kerning between two characters, our vertical scale, our baseline shift, our leading options, our tracking options, our horizontal scale, and our character rotation. Down at the bottom, we're going to have our all caps option, small caps, superscript, our subscript, and our underline and strike through. So the first thing that I want you guys to change is going to be your font family. So let's click on our down arrow and then scroll down until we see Times New Roman. We're going to select Times New Roman, and then under our font style, we want it to be regular. Under our text, we're going to change it to 142 and hit enter. And then under our horizontal scale, which is going to be this one, we're going to change it to 90. Sorry if you guys can hear my dogs. They are very, very playful. So type in 90 and hit enter. And then we are going to take our selection tool over here by either hitting the selection tool or V. And we're going to move this around to try and center it in the middle of our image. And you'll notice with those smart tools, it will tell us where the center is. So now what we're going to do is we are going to talk about the tracking and the kerning, and then we'll also talk about our alignment. So the first thing we're going to do is adjust our tracking, which is going to be this option right here. We are going to change our tracking to -30 and then hit enter. And then we are going to use our type tool. Come over here, select our type tool, select between the B and E, and change our kerning to -40, enter, and then come between the E and the R, change our kerning to -20, enter. Between the R and R, we're going to leave it at 0, and then between the R and the Y, we're going to change it to -120 and hit enter. So that kind of gets our text set up the way we want for this particular project. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over to our paragraph function, which should be with your character panel. But if it's not, you're going to find it the same way by going to Window, Type, and then selecting Paragraph. So I'll just come over here, select my paragraph, and we're going to look at the alignment of text. So for this particular one, I want to align center. And you will notice that when we align our center, it changes our anchor point. So right now we're aligned left, and our anchor point is down here in this far left corner. When we align center, our anchor point will change to the middle of our image. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and just hide this selection for now. So we do that by going to Object, and then we select Hide and Selection. So now what we're going to do next is work with a vertical type tool. So we're going to come over to our type tool again, hold it down to reveal our hidden tools, and we're going to select the vertical type tool. We'll click anywhere on our screen, and then we're going to do the same thing and type in Barry in all caps in our section. So now we're going to go to our selection tool and try and move our image to approximately the center of our picture. And we can use those smart, there we go. So we got it in the center now. So now what we want to do is we want to go back to our character panel, change our font size to 84, and then we are also going to change our tracking value to 160. Sorry, a -160. And then hit enter, and then make sure that both our vertical and our horizontal scale is at 100%, and hit enter. And you should see something on your screen very similar to mine. What I want you to do is save your work and go ahead and leave this box open while we get started on lesson 2 in our next video.